All right, I wanted to make like a more professional gear video because the other one really didn't have that much detail in it. I would love to organize it so it's just like a blank screen in the background, then you only see the gear. But I tried to do that for like 5 seconds and I got too annoyed. So where I'm sitting right now, that is the gear being talked about at the point in time. All right. Backpack. Hyperlight Mountain Gear Southwest 55. Also on that is a Thermadrop temperature gauge. I have two sleeping quilts that I'm using. The first one is the Z-Pax 10 degree. This is an extra long slim. It has a full zip on the back of it, but because it's a slim fit, it's really, really tight. If I did it again, I would have gotten a regular size, but to just make up for that, I sewed on a pad strap on the back, so you can clip and unclip that. And that helps tighten it in to prevent drafts. My second quilt, my over quilt, is the Light & Equipment Enigma Apex synthetic insulation long, wide quilt. It's a 50 degree, has a sewn in foot box. This strap here, I just strap on itself, and then the upper strap, I strap to my pad. So this goes around the pad, and then it has two clips which clip to the quilt. This synthetic quilt is stored in a separate bag from all the other down in case it gets wet because it is an overquilt. And so I just put that in the bag that came with it to prevent moisture from contaminating my down. And it packs down super tiny. The pad I'm using is the Nemo Equipment Tensor Extreme regular size. It's 72 inches by 20 inches. I also use the pump sack that's included with it. The pillow I'm using is the Nemo Filio Elite. Tent is the Durston X-Mid Pro 2. For down insulation at camp, I have the Rab 0G down jacket, Z-Pax down booties, and in Light & Equipment, Torrid synthetic pants. All of my down gear and clothing that I won't wear throughout the day will go into this Zen Bivy medium-sized pack liner. I've got 4 pairs of socks, 1 Injinji Liner Crew sock, 2 Darn Tough Hiker Micro Crew midweight socks, and 1 Darn Tough Element Micro Crew lightweight running sock. For vapor barrier liners on my feet, I'll be using these oven bags, which are 16 by 17.5 inches. These are a pretty good size for me. I've got size 11.5 feet, and I've still got quite a bit of space at the front, and they go up to mid-calf. Also for my feet, I have some shawl 3mm neoprene booties, and these I'll use for extra insulation or for water crossings. For gloves, I've got Outdoor Research men's trail mix gloves. These are just fleece liner gloves. Then I have these Gordini insulated finger gloves. I've just had these forever. They work. And then Outdoor Research Hemisphere Team Gore-Tex 3-liter or 3L mitts. And these have leashes, so you can put these around your wrist and then take the glove off. And also, the liner in these is removable. For hats, I have this 100% acrylic hat. The Under Armour CGI balaclava. And then a buff. It's a more heavy-duty, thick buff. That may not seem like enough hats and stuff, but all of my insulating layers have hoods and like neck guards. Let's go base layers and underwear next. These are the Path Project's Lynx PD 5-inch underwear. Here are their shorts, the Graves PX Relaxed Fit 5-inch. Got a bunch of pockets. They're nice. Just got a Lululemon, I think this is like the Metal Vent tee, and then more winter specific stuff. I have both the crew neck and the pants of these. This is the North Face Summit Pro 120 crew, and then for pants I have the North Face Summit Pro 120 tights. Both of these base layers are made out of this material with these little holes in them almost, and so that helps a lot with venting out sweat. For my mid-layer fleece, I have the North Face Summit Future Fleece Full Zip Hoodie. This is a fleece that's almost like, kind of like Polar Alpha Direct. It's got a bunch of those knobs on it, and it's very breathable. So I tried to focus a lot on things that had quite a bit of warmth, but I could vent them very easily. So I've got the top, and then the North Face Summit Future Fleece pants. These have a pocket on the leg that is absolutely stupid. You can fit about 3 fingers into it. It's impossible to store stuff in the pocket. Same fleece material as the hoodie. My synthetic insulation for the top is this hooded Mountain Hardwear pullover. I'm not sure what model this is. I don't believe they make it anymore. I got it in, I think, like 2021, and I couldn't find it anywhere on the internet. So it's nice to have it as an active layer. For rain gear / hard shells, I have the Mountain Research 4A. It's got a full featured hood, full pit zips that can go either way. So this is super nice for being able to vent heat while you're hiking. And then for rain pants, I just have these North Face rain pants. They've got a zip up into, I don't know, maybe mid-calf. It'd probably be nice to have a higher zip just so it's easier to get boots on over them, but I can deal. For gaiters, I have the Outdoor Research men's crocodile gaiters. And for boots, we've got the Salewa Puez Winter Mid Power Tech. So these are insulated boots. They're pretty lightweight though, still flexible. I really like them, but you know, they're Gore-Tex. They don't breathe at all. You do get sweaty feet. For traction devices, we've got Cthulhu Micro Spikes, Black Diamond Contact strap crampons, and MSR Scent 25-inch snowshoes with these little 5-inch extenders. They slip into little notches, and then kind of got to yank it hard. Boom. They go over there. And so then now you have a 30-inch snowshoe. So 25-inch when the trail is not very nice and it's rocky and you kind of got to navigate around. And then have a 30-inch option for if the snow is really soft and you're sinking a lot. So you don't fall off the mountain. A Camp Corsa ice axe. Black Diamond. I don't know what kind these are. Just had them forever. Trekking poles with snow baskets. Snow goggles. I guess these are Smith Bobcat sunglasses with removable lenses. And so then I also have the clear lens to go along with that. For my stove, I have the MSR Whisper Light. There's a stove. There's the fuel pump. Windscreen to go around the stove. And a little piece of tin foil that it sits on. Along with a repair tool, a spare O-ring, and a little lube. A 20 fluid ounce fuel bottle. Pot is a Toaks, what is this? 850 milliliter. And a Vargo titanium long-handled spoon. For water, I've got a 32 ounce HDPE Nalgene, and on top of that, I put this socket neoprene insulated cover, as well as this 1 liter Owala insulated bottle, a 2 liter Evernew water bottle, Sawyer Squeeze, other miscellaneous stuff, tent stakes. I carry 8 shepherd hook stakes and 4 groundhogs, MSR groundhogs. I prefer to use the shepherd stakes because they're easier to remove and they're not messy, but sometimes you need the groundhogs, so I just bring them all, whatever. This is an emergency Mylar bivvy, just for worst case scenario if I'm freezing. Light AF fanny pack. And then I store all my stuff inside of a Granite Gear 12 liter zip stack. My food bag has 9 days of food in it right now, and this is the 16 liter Granite Gear zip sack. And I also just have a Nilo Flume bag liner that I just keep because inevitably stuff gets wet and then you want to be able to separate it from all your other stuff. So last bits of gear is the Ditty bag and all the electronics. I've got the InReach Explorer Plus for maps and also SOS. Insta 360 V4 with this case because the lens are pretty easy to damage. And then a little microfiber cleaning cloth. Nightcore NU25 headlamp. Nightcore NB1000 Gen 3. And the 20,000, also Gen 3. Anchor Prime 67 watt USB-C charger. So this is 2 USB-C outputs. And if you're using both of those at the same time, I believe it's like 32.5 watts each. I've got a longer USB-C to USB-C cord, a shorter USB-C to USB-C, and then a super short one. Apple AirPods, a bite mount for the DJI Action that I'm using to film this right now, a 4 terabyte external hard drive, little charger unit for the DJI mic that I'm using. So that's most of all the electronics, and I just keep all those in a plastic bag. And then we have my Ditty bag. We got Body Glide, lip balm with leukotape on it, my magnesium glycinate, melatonin, multivitamins, Tylenol, ibuprofen, Benadryl, and Imodium, a little light load towel, a little thing of chafe knot salve. It's a company I found out of Silver City, New Mexico when I was hiking the CDT, and this stuff just works magic. And then this is Badger foot balm. I haven't used it as much, so I don't know how it's going to work out. Toothpaste, toothbrush. I like these little ones. That storage tube also works as a handle. We've got a USB-C to Garmin adapter for the watch I'll be using, which is the Garmin 265, and a USB-C to micro USB-C for the Garmin 2 lighters with leukotape, nail clippers, a small Victorinox. All I really use is the scissors to cut my nose hairs. Small thing of bleach to disinfect water. And then this is my little gear repair kit. Tiny strip of Dyneema repair tape. A bigger patch for Dyneema repair of the tent. This is Gear Aid tape. Here we have tiny little glue patches. Here's bigger ones. Glue dots. Antiseptic wipes. All this is for just repairing pads. And then also if I'm in town and the pad is really bad, then you get Seam Seal, and here are patches for the pads, and you use Seam Seal in these to do a more permanent fix. I guess the only other things is my phone, an iPhone 17, this little DJI mic, my wallet, and the camera, the DJI Action that I'm using to film right now, and this little tripod. I just weighed the bag, and everything in it, excluding underwear, shorts, my t-shirt, 1 pair of socks, the boots, and I didn't put in the food bag because all my food's in it, and the pack weighed exactly 33 pounds. It's kind of surprising. Yeah, exactly. 33 pounds without food and water. So it's definitely a heavy pack. There he is. I leave tomorrow.